Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new unit in depth review, and this time I'm going to review another unit that I like a lot from the fluff and from the aesthetics, but maybe it's not the best unit in on the battlefield, although it has some abilities and some tactics that can be used. These are the Seraphin Squad. So the Seraphin squad is composed by 5 Seraphin for 75 points. So this means that each Seraphin is costing you 15 points. They have Jam Infantry. Seraphin Superior is Jam Infantry character. And they go equipped with Power Armor, 2 ball pistols, frag grenades, crack grenades, and jump pack. They have the special rule they can shoot the 2 pistols in the shooting phase. There is a rule that is somewhere in the codex. So each time that they have 2 pistols, they shoot them. Then they can shoot 2 times. Maybe is that the only infantry models that can shoot 2 weapons in the shooting phase. Uh, they have the Act of Faith, the Angelic Visage. Angelic Visage allows them to repeat the the Shield of Faith in vulnerable save. Remember the 6 plus. This makes them a little bit more resilient, but it's not an amazing thing. They have hit and run, and then they have the act of faith of the Emperor Deliverance. So meaning that in the shooting, they can use this in the shooting phase, and now all the shooting have the shred special rule. You can include up to 5 additional ones, so up to 10 in total for 15 points per model. You can upgrade one of them. Sorry, you can uh, two of them can substitute the pistols by 2 hand flammers or by 2 inferno pistols. Here is depending a lot. So first of all, this is a unit that is for shooting at short range. This is not a close combat unit as maybe thought in the past or maybe it was looking like in the past. So this unit is mean to stay at 12 inches from the enemy and shoot the pistols from that distance, or even shorter if you want to use Inferno pistols. The problem is when you go at that short range, or you charge or you are going to be charged in the next turn. So this is one of the problems. So it's a shooting unit that is going to be involved in close combat very easily. Uh, they can be upgraded, so one of the Seraphins can be upgraded to Seraphin Superior. This costing 10 points, and the Seraphin Superior can substitute one of the pistols by a chainsword, or can substitute by a power sword by 15 points, and can also take the plasma pistol. May replace her other pistol, so you can replace one pistol. If you don't have 2 times the same pistol, this means that you only can shoot once. So if you have a ball pistol and a plasma pistol, you only can shoot one of the pistols. You're losing this ability. And then also can have melta bombs. So as I say, uh, they are for me a shooting unit. I like to use them as the Scald for the San Celestine. And no, I use them in the 2 ways: deploying from the battlefield from the beginning, or trying to use this type in deep strike into strategic point. The risk of the deep strike is that the range of your weapons is going to be very short. Normally I like to use 2 Inferno pistols, and if it's possible, 2 Ladies of Inferno pistols is going to give you 4 shots of Melta. Remember, this range is extremely short. I think the Inferno pistol, the range is 6 inches, if I'm not wrong. So to be in range of the Melta, you have to be at 3 inches. Like I'm checking just right now because pretty sure it's like that. Just if you yeah, Inferno pistols is 6 inches. So to be in range of Melta, you have to be at 3 inches. So it's extremely short range compared uh, uh, to for a shooting unit. If you put inside the San Celestine, the advantage is that you can use the San Celestine in close combat to protect the Seraphins and to give some punch in close combat, as they don't have any punch in close combat because they're only going to do the normal shooting attacks. So they're going to hit a strength 3 with toughness 3. So, and then what is combining very well, if you get involved in close combat, of course, in your turn you want to do the hit and run and get away. But remember that you have initiative 3, so you have a 50-50 chances to succeed with the hit and run. So yeah, it's not a bad unit. I like to use them as a Scald for the St. Celestine. If you've been shot by wounds that can cause uh, instant death, you pass them to the Celestines, and then with the 6 reroll, they can more or less survive. You use the cover to improve the survivability. And it's how I use in the last tournament. I use them in deep strike and to be the back lines of Tau, and they perform very well, eliminating a unit of broadsides from the battlefield at the end. In another battle, I just use them as from the battlefield at the beginning, and also it's working quite well because they are jump infantry. They can move quite fast. So, but keep in mind that they compete with the Dominion, and I think the Dominion are also very fast and have and fulfill better the shooting abilities because the Dominion also can deliver 4 shots of Melta. Ham Flamers can be good. It's strength 3 AP6, but it's a flamer, and you are going to put, if you have two Seraphins with Ham Flamers, you're going to deliver 4 templates of Ham Flamers. This can be very good if you are planning to face a North army, but most likely I will prefer to have some Infernos pistols. At the end, the build-up I use more is one with Ham Flamers and one with Inferno pistols because it's what is the miniatures that I have, because they never did miniatures with the 2 Inferno pistols, and you have to do some conversions to be able to do that. The Superior, the Seraphin Superior, I don't think is adding a lot of value unless you want to add. I think the best is to add the plasma pistol. I have the miniature, as you can see here, with the power sword. I don't think is the best combination for that because you don't want to be in the close combat, and these additional attacks of a strength 3 with AP3 is not going to change a lot the tide of the combat. If you Yeah, I use it here sometimes, and it's combining quite well if you have also the St. Celestine inside. So I'm repeating a lot, but I think they are the Scald for the St. Celestine, and depending on the battle, it's better to keep them in deep strike together with St. Celestine and come from the deep strike and try to surprise your enemy at the backfield. Normally, if I can have Dominions and I don't have any restriction, I prefer to use 2 squads of Dominions instead of 1 Dominion and 1 Seraphim. The Dominions are not, uh, I don't think they are cheaper, and yeah, and if you put the fusions, it's costing the same. The Melta, sorry, they have good mobility with the Scout, so yeah, this is why I use them when I don't have more Dominions to deploy. When I want to have a Scald for my St. Celestine. So nice unit, but yeah, but the problem is they are a shooting unit with a super short range, and they don't have really good abilities for close combat. And at this range, yeah, maybe you kill the unit that you are targeting, but you are going to be assault in close combat. Tactical marines can damage them very easily because tactical marines will have a strength 4. Even though you will have your armor safe, you have toughness 3 and strength 3, so it's going to be very hard for you to wound back tactical space marines, for example. And are not the strongest things. So of course they can deal a little. They can deal with Imperial Guard or some very weak units that are not specialized in close combat. But any unit specialized in close combat will be able to obliterate the Seraphins from the battlefield in just one round, because you are going to have a group of 5 normally. You don't want more, and unless you have the Sun Celestine inside to be able to do some punch in close combat, you are not going to have any punch. I don't think you want to upgrade to the superior, and I think it's a waste of points. I think the best is, if you want to use them, use 5 with um, with 2 times 2 hand flammers or 2 times 2 inferno pistols, and use them as a counter-attack unit to shoot at very short range. And when you see one of your flanks threatened, use them to protect this flank and give some shooting protection. So yeah, I think that's all to explain about the Seraphins. I keep reviewing the units from the Adeptus Sororitas. I want to do all the units, and once I'm finished, I will go to another codex. So if you are interested in any specific codex, please leave the comments below and I will see what I do. I prefer to do codex that I have army, that I play, that I am using as army. If it's not, I don't think I will review, because I don't want to review a codex that I don't know, or I'm not expert about. So that's all. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Please leave your comments below. Let me know how you use the Seraphins, if you like them, and if you what you prefer, the Seraphins or the Dominion squads that are competing for the fast attacks choices. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and see you again later. Bye.